You, I'm talking about you. Are you ready for you? Yes. If you're ready for you, you're embracing greatness, finding and fulfilling your purpose. We all have the same purpose, that's to reflect the infinite. But we all have different missions, and the way we're to do it is only we can do it, you see. To embrace your genius. And when you're finding and fulfilling your purpose, you've got to ask, what do I really want? Now, you remember what Mark Twain said. Mark Twain said, I can teach anybody how to get what they want. The problem is, most people don't know what it is. Most people don't know what they want. They're taking their cues from the society. They're taking their cues from commercials. They're taking their cues from something outside of themselves, so they really don't know what their soul wants, their soul desire. You have to ask, what do I really want? And you have to ask that question on such a regular basis that it takes you and refines you and begins to allow you to hear your soul giving you that call for greatness, reminding you the reason you took this human incarnation, the reason you said yes to making the big leap. And remember, you did choose to be here, even though you think from time to time that you were accidentally brought here, that it wasn't your fault, that your parents' fault, you never wanted to be here. That's a lie you tell yourself as an excuse to not being great. You are here, your soul will begin to tell you. You'll listen, and then you'll be able to say, I know exactly what I want. I know exactly where I want to make a difference on the planet. I know exactly the gift I want to share. I know exactly the gift I need to cultivate, the talent I need to hone so that I can express myself. I know exactly where I need to become genius so that no individual can do it exactly the way I can and express myself. You gotta know what you really, really, really want. Not the immature wanting, but that depth of soul desire. And then you have to, if you're ready for you have to embrace the vibration of grace. Just feel into that grace. Grace, givenness, and givingness of the Spirit. The total givenness and the total givingness of the presence of God. You can't make grace happen, but you can become available to grace. In other words, as Tyler was singing about giving up his whole blood and going into a total surrender, there's a moment where we become totally available, surrendered, open, receptive. In other words, our availability quotient goes up for the grace of the Spirit to take over our life. When we begin to contemplate grace, I'm contemplating it, and I was thinking about when I asked for help a few weeks ago when I was on the ocean and couldn't get in from that riptide, and everything got quiet, and then there was that swell of wave came, and then the next one, that was grace. It was a willingness. My body was totally exhausted, but the grace of as I asked for help, the receptivity to grace came. You want to be available to grace. Let go of your hard-headedness. Let go of your willfulness and exchange it for willingness. And when you exchange willfulness, which creates walls, and for willingness, which create ways and openings, you become a candidate for the grace of the Spirit. So check this out. Greatness, genius, grace. Those are vibrational frequencies that lead to an ecstasy and a bliss and a joy that doesn't come from conditions, doesn't come from time and space. It's intrinsic to your nature and comes from the very depth of your being. But some of you can't handle bliss. You can't handle too much joy. You can't handle too much happiness. You can't handle it. It's too much for you. You like it just meted out in a certain way. I'm going to be happy on my birthday. Christmas, Hanukkah. You have special days set aside. Nothing wrong with those special days. But at some point, as you begin to embrace your genius and begin to embrace your greatness, and you begin to be available, your AQ is raised. IQ, intelligent quotient. AQ, availability quotient. As your availability quotient is raised through deep surrender and soulful prayer, the vibration, you're able to maintain a level of joy and gratitude and thanksgiving for longer and longer periods of time. And you know you don't have to apologize for it. You don't have to apologize for being happy. You don't have to apologize for being in joy, regardless of conditions.